Morning, everyone. Again, appreciate you joining us today. My name is Jim Lynch. I'm the Supply Category Manager at GTS Distribution. I want to thank you for joining us today, joining us with BCW to go over some products, get an update from them about new items, new things coming out in the fall. Got a couple things, housekeeping things to clean up first before we get started. If you're not familiar with Zoom, you can interact live with our presenters by hovering over the screen. You'll see some controls show up at the bottom of the screen. You can click on the chat window button and the chat window will appear on the right side. There you'll have the option to select either panelist, which is myself and our presenters, or you can select panelists and attendees, and that'll be visible to everyone on the call. If you're watching the video on your YouTube channel, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel to make sure you're updated for future videos. If you're a retailer and would like to be notified of future webinars, you can register to be notified using the link in the description. And with that, I will introduce the gang at BCW. You can see Ken O'Brien and Rick Kivett there. And then we also have Andrew Phillips, who will be joining in as well. But I will turn it over to you guys. We appreciate you joining us today and have at it.
Do the introduction.
Hey guys, I'm Rick with BCW. Hey guys, I'm Rick with BCW. Ken O'Brien here. Andrew is remote on another line in here. And today we wanted to talk to you guys about some of the product that we have that just came out or is coming out in the near future. First off, we'd like to talk briefly about our new Playmat Tube line. It's the tri-oval Playmat Tube, a little bit more cost effective. It's a retail price point. It does come with 2 dice, and the bottom cap is larger than our competitors, and that is because there's a false bottom on here. It's a place to store dice. So same great quality, lower price, and you got a little dice storage, and it comes with 2 dice in the tube.
I think the best feature is that it's available.
And it is available. Yeah, we do actually have these in stock. Next up, BCW took our Elite 2 sleeve line into the Japanese size card market. So don't worry, we have plenty of white and the other colors, but we have white and it is also available. These are premium, about 150 to 160 microns in thickness sleeve. So on the same par of a Elite 2 from BCW for standard size, Dragon Shield, KMC, Hypermat, that's about the thickness. These have a glossy front to them, so all the foils and bling can shine through. They are sold in packs of 60. These are display boxes or individual boxed as opposed to polybag. And the nice thing is the box is just a straight row of 10 packs with a tear-off lid. These are currently offered in the 5 basic colors of mana, but most importantly, for the Japanese size sleeve market, we offer it in white. I don't know if I mentioned it, but we have white sleeves if you guys need. They also have a blackout layer, not that it really matters. There's not too many of the Japanese size games that have dual face cards or different printed backs. But if that were an issue, these do have a blackout layer as well. They hold up exceptionally well. Again, it's just the feedback that we've been given. They do have that textured back that some of our other competitors refer to as a matte back. Again, that's not what the word matte means, but it is kind of accepted as a colloquialism in the sleeve industry. So they are a textured back. They have a crystal clear front. And they are sold in packs of 60. Next up, we have our magazine bin for any comic shops that are in here. DC's new Black Label line is actually magazine size. So customers wanting to protect and preserve that, as you guys are all aware, they need magazine size backing board, magazine size bags, and the magazine bin is the premium storage box for those. Because again, it's going to be wider and taller than a standard comic book bin. You guys, if you haven't tried the short comic box, graded comic box, or long box version of the bins, I highly recommend it. It's a great way to store. comics organized. It's got a locking divider inside them. This is great for people that are collecting magazines, people that are collecting the DC Black Label line. Also, Golden Age comics do not fit in a normal comic book box because of the width. They do fit, however, in the magazine bin. This is also a document bin, same dimensions. The documents kind of started gaining popularity as far as people collecting older documents and wanting to preserve or archive them. This is a perfect archival safe storage box for those as well. And next up, we have probably the most important new product that we have launched, that just launched, is our modular sorting tray. And in fact, we have a brief video we're going to ask you guys to watch, and then we can talk a little bit more about it afterwards. So if you guys would please play the video.
Hey friends, Rick from BCW Supplies, and today I'm here to talk to you about the Modular Sorting Tray by BCW. What is a modular sorting tray? It's a sorting tray that's made up of individual cells that allow you to configure your sorting tray to your specific wants or needs. The modular sorting tray came about through several years of people asking for different configurations when it came to the sorting tray. Sports cards, collectible card games, even people in board games or deck building games needed different sorting options or storage options. The sorting tray uses an interlocking dovetail system to join the cells together in order to give you the power of designing your sorting tray. Let's take a closer look at the individual cells used in the modular sorting tray. And you'll notice that there's two sides that have this dovetail on it, here and here, and two sides that have a channel. These will allow you to join your sorting tray cells either horizontally or vertically to grow your sorting tray. More on that in a minute. You'll also notice that there's a clip at the very bottom and a hole here at the bottom. So the hole is here to prevent any cards from getting stuck in your sorting tray, as you can just push the card up on the bottom if needed. The clip on the back of it that we just saw on the bottom, this will attach to the back of the cell wall. There are a couple of other key features on this cell that I'd like to point out. The first one being the 4 little feet seen on the bottom of the cell. These feet allow the sorting tray cells to nest on top of each other when it's in the storage position. So traditionally, a sorting tray will allow you to hold a card like this without a problem. Even a card in a penny sleeve, or a card in a gaming sleeve. Now, a gaming sleeve is typically a thicker, sometimes wider sleeve, but it fits in here without a problem as well. But the modular sorting tray cell will also allow you to hold and sort cards in top loaders. So you don't have to take the expensive cards out of the top loaders when you're completing your sorting project. And another product that it'll hold are the magnetic card holders. Now, this is really important because a lot of expensive cards end up in magnetic card holders. And the sorting tray holds it just fine. Now let's take a look at what comes in an individual pack of the sorting tray cells. In that pack, you will receive 6 individual cells that are identical. These cells will allow you to start growing your modular sorting tray. Simply take the small end of the dovetail and attach it to the corresponding channel system, putting the small end into the large end. It works exactly the same for going vertical. As you build your sorting tray, make sure that you have all the cells in a row or in a column that you want to add. So an example here, we have 3 cells and I want to add the 4th cell. But because of the way the dovetail system is set up for the interlocking, I can't get this dovetail into this channel and also attach on the bottom. So I have one that's not all the way securely attached. The way you circumvent that is just by making sure that you would build your full row, offset it slightly like so, and then slide it together. On top of that, if you want to add another column, Simply do the same thing. Make sure that your cells are lined up, offset it again, and slide them together. When you're ready to start sorting, just lift your risers and attach them. Now there is a key feature here. There's a little hole right here, and that little space is actually designed so the clip can fit right in there. And that is building the sorting tray. Simple, sturdy, and effective. Now, earlier we talked about the feet and how they nest when it's in the storage position. Unlike a traditional sorting tray, a traditional sorting tray takes up exactly the same amount of space, whether you're using it or not. The modular sorting tray will actually nest on top of each other. Simply just separate your rows and stack them on top of each other. The feet nesting down into the cell will help prevent it from sliding apart, and you can set it off to the side. You can also store cards in here for future sorting projects or projects that have been stopped or interrupted, and just nest it on top, keeping them still in their cells. Let's take a look at the sorting tray in use. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Share it with a friend. If you need more information regarding the modular sorting tray.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Scott. All right, so that's pretty much the modular sorting tray in a nutshell. One of the nice things about it, again, is because in the sports card industry, a lot of times they want to do sorts by team. So Major League Baseball, you need 30 cells. Another nice feature is the durability. I mean, I'm picking it up by one corner. There's nothing in here, but the cells aren't just falling out because of the way the dovetail system holds it. So I strongly recommend this tray for customers. It makes something easy to travel with if you need to travel, start and finish sort projects. Again, it's got functions even in board games, like you saw in the photo for like Dominion. You're able to have one down as kind of like a discard pile, places to pull cards from in board gaming. And you can kind of just figure this however you want. So people that are doing box openings, case breaks, even potentially putting it in countertop displays for buy-ins or for selling. It's a nice way to kind of keep things sorted, and you can have them in top loaders, magnetic card holders, penny sleeves, regular sleeves, you name it, it'll fit in it. So that's the modular sorting tray.
One of the things that we kept in mind while we were developing this product was that it can also be used to display cards in a glass case, for example. So retailers will have the ability to configure the sorting tray to use as a display in their glass case in their store. So I imagine that dealers are going to be using quite a number of these modular sorting trays.
And I know for a lot of stores, if you tend to lock up your product at night, if you display your singles on shelves and you tend to pull them out, put them up every night just to keep them locked up, the system does store flat, so you can stack them on top of each other and it comes out as one unit. So it's a lot easier to maneuver in and out.
We have some other cool products that I'm not legally allowed to talk about because I'll lose my job that are coming out soon. I strongly suggest checking with your sales reps as products become available. We have been working hard to find great storage solutions as well as better ways of protecting your collectibles, whether it's for your personal business or if it's your personal collection. So the modular sorting tray is kind of a starting point for that. We have some other stuff in the works. You should see hopefully around fourth quarter this year. So sorry to be vague, but I don't want to lose my job. I've got children that need to eat. So
well, that reminds me, one of the things that we've been doing is trying to provide information as far in advance of the release of a new item for our distributors such as GTS to be able to take pre-orders against these new items that are being released.
Right, and they should have something probably in a couple of months, if not sooner, to start talking about. I've been doing a lot of video work. I apologize about the sound quality on that particular video that you just suffered through. That is absolutely my fault. It wasn't as bad, I think, as the playback maybe. I think there's some buffering, maybe your internet connection or ours. But the sound quality has gotten better, and I am trying to put videos out on products with that type of detail of explanation, functionality, and really just showing off the entire product. So we've got those videos coming out. We do make them available through our distributors as well. I believe GTS actually shares and puts those links out there with the product. So if something new comes out, please check the video, ask your sales rep. If all else fails, send up a smoke signal for Ken to reply to.
We do have some questions starting to come in. MSRP on the 6 count, Rick. Modular tray is what? $16.99, I believe. $16.99.
Yeah, Andrew has the pricing in front of him. Unfortunately, I'm in the conference room and don't.
Yeah, so it's $16.99, and cost on it from GTS is $9.05 per 6-pack.
And then those items are en route to our GTS locations now. They're shipping in the last couple days, so we should hopefully see those here in a week, along
Correct.
with the magazine bins as well. Those are on the same shipment.
Yes, I said correct.
And there's a question from Justin. What are the dimensions of the modular trays? I would assume that means each individual tray as opposed to the unit. But you guys, Andrew, do you have that info handy?
Not off the top of my head. Give me 2 seconds and I will get it for you there. I don't have the interior dimensions. I know we made it to fit most card cases.
The interior dimensions of the cell are 3" by 4" by 1 5/8 inch according to the package. The exterior is just going to be slightly larger. Well, more than slightly, probably about 1/4 inch, counting both side walls. So, I hope that answers your
product.
question.
It's a great product.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to getting it in stock, and that video you did, Rick, was exceptional. And actually, I'd recommend both the stores and passing along that information to consumers, because there's a how-to there, basically, if they run into a situation putting those together, where Rick can kind of walk you through on that video of how you need to put that together correctly. Because I can tell you from trial and error on our part, you definitely need to do it right. And to Rick's point, you can't add a certain piece there outside of the normal function of the entire row. So that's important to keep in mind when people are putting it together.
Right, you definitely want to do all either your vertical columns or your horizontal rows, all the cells that you want in it, clip one dovetail in, however you're building it, and then add it to your existing tray or to another layer, just to make sure all the dovetails attach. Now, if you're just adding to the outside of the cell or the front of the cell like this, I can add these 6 cells here really easily to the front of this, just by sliding it over, and they're actually added that easy. And I've just grown this tray in an odd shape, but maybe you need this place over here for stuff that you're going to be sorting, just a pile if you want, or maybe this is workaround based on the shape of your cabinet or your workspace. Maybe you have a computer or a tablet there if you're checking prices, or you have the TCG Player Pro scanner or something where you're scanning and sorting. You can build this to fit around things that are not really easily movable.
Again, one of the reasons it'll make a great display, I think, for retailers.
And we did get a question whether the color was gray, and it is gray.
Yeah, it is a light gray. I apologize. Again, we're using a conference room webcam to try and get everything in, sound and mic. So It's not necessarily the highest visual quality, but it is a light gray color.
Like my hair.
But it looks nice.
Thank you.
Not your hair, the
Oh.
tray.
Sorry.
Jeez.
But yeah, we've answered all the questions so far. If there's more questions out there, please either speak up or throw them in the chat. We'll get them answered while we have the BCW people here to answer those questions for us. And then real quick, Rick, are there oversized graded comic items that would fit in that magazine bin? I know you mentioned that the golden doesn't fit in the regular size, but the graded bin that's out there, are there graded sleeves basically that won't fit in that graded bin that could be used for the magazine bin?
No, it'd be too short.
It'd be too, yeah.
Okay.
The issue is that it's not a width issue. Our magazine bin is
The height?
it's the height issue, right? Our
Yeah,
magazine
all
bin
right.
is similar in width to our graded, just a little bit shorter.
Okay.
If that were the case, there'd be no need for the magazine bin. So yeah.
Right. The
Got
graded,
it.
you have to account for the slab and the top of the slab, where the banner is or whatever. And this is just size for the magazine size. I believe the top loader as well in the dimensions. Double check.
The other thing that I can mention while he's looking that up is that we are still having some difficulty maintaining any inventory on the short, the long, even the graded bins. So they continue even years later to move quite well. Very successful product.
But that's a good problem to have
Yes,
to a certain degree.
still a
They're
problem.
doing well. They've done well for a very long time. It's an item that if you haven't brought in yet, we highly recommend that you do so, because they do. We have a big handful of repeat customers on those. They do very well. So obviously there's a market out there for them.
Oh yeah, and what's really nice about the bins, in my opinion, is the fact that you're not having to replace a box. Normally you're replacing bags and boards every 3 to 5 years. And over time, cardboard does break down. It does absorb moisture just from the air. It does age. It is a paper product. And this high dense polymer does not have or suffer from that issue. So, one, it's a little bit more sturdy if you're stacking. Two, it doesn't have to be replaced. A lot easier for transporting or moving things around. The locking dividers inside there kind of help keep either collections or runs separate within the same box. I'm a fan. I have 3 of them in my office because I have an issue with Bloodshot comics. I continue to keep buying all of them. So I have my Bloodshot comic collection in those, and some miscellaneous Marvel that people give me.
Yeah. The retailers have been giving us feedback relative to the bins in particular, and this comes from many different retailers. This scenario plays itself out over and over again from one end of the country to the next. A collector will come in, they will see the short comic bin, for example. They'll try it. They'll come in the next day and ask how many the retailer has, because their intent is to replace every comic box that they have ultimately. Again, at Comics Pro at the annual membership meeting this year, we had at least a dozen or more people tell us that is the scenario that continuously replays over and over again.
Jason, to your question, we can look into it. The reason why the clip is where it is currently is, I'm going to try and get a little bit closer to the camera. Give me just a second here. Let me tear this apart, maybe. Oh, yeah, clips. Like, why not it come apart? Pardon me, getting a little close here. I kind of want you guys to see. So the clip is right here, and we put the clip on the back here because the sidewall doesn't come up far enough for there to be a clip up here to provide any stability. So, and because of the way the hinge system on the riser is designed, it doesn't come up high enough to where you could get a clip on the side, if that makes sense. But I see what you're saying, because we've already been asked, as soon as this video went out, people were asking if we made something like this for comics. We've had people ask if we made something like this for records. So I understand that more than cards get sorted, and there are people asking for different configurations, even in this product, and that is something we're going to investigate. But the market that it was designed for initially was the card market. Obviously, if we went to something larger or heavier, we would have to look at a better way than just a small clip to kind of adhere the riser to the back. If that answers your question, Jason. If I completely misunderstand it, I apologize. And you can feel free to email us or contact us with more direct questions, or you can please feel free to put it here.
I think you understood it correctly. It's just that we didn't make any considerations for the landscape cards versus all the portrait cards that are out there.
Right.
Okay. There you go. You answered the question there, Rick. So good.
Okay. Yeah. So in case I didn't highlight it in the video, I apologize. There are actually two hinges for the riser. The way it's in storage position, it's flat. You can store cards in here. And then you push it up. You can actually fully articulate it out if you need to, but it doesn't do anything. But it just kind of gives you a nice angle and a way to turn it into what you would see in a traditional sorting tray. So, but thank you for the suggestion. That is something we'll have to take into consideration if we make a larger version of this for comics or books or things of that nature, because again, collectibles aren't just to cards, but it is something we've already been asked for. So I can see that being something we look at down the road.
Okay, good stuff. Any more questions out there?
Questions, concerns, comments, emotional outbursts, unwanted insults, I take it all.
Yeah, there's one just popped in. Ask about other products. You guys, you see that, Rick?
I do. I have it up. Shauna, as I'm reading this as we go along, I do apologize.
That's
game
good,
carry.
That's good, Rick, because the other attendees can't see the question, so it's probably good to refresh what the question is.
Well, they were asking about other products.
Specifically, the zipper bag that BCW used to offer that was similar to the standard zipper bag, such as Ultra Pro might offer. But we had some features on that zipper bag I thought were superior to our competitor. The straps that kept the lid from flipping all the way down, the pockets on the back when you had the unit open, basically on the front portion of the lid, so you could actually hold cards or sort cards.
That is something that we have recently started talking about again. That is a product that was discontinued, and it may be something that we bring back. There are a lot of products like that in the market. We had some key features on ours that I have not seen replicated since. It's just, it moved, but it moved slowly. So we kind of need, with the boom in the board games and the boom in miniatures, and people carrying around larger collections to events pre-COVID, I haven't seen anybody doing it since. It may be something that is worth revisiting. Shauna, if that answers your question, it is something that is on our radar. It's not something that I have concrete information to tell you about.
Andrew, you're going to want to make yourself a note to follow up on this particular item. Of all the products that we have ever discontinued, this is the one that we constantly get inquiries about bringing back.
Mr. Suitcase.
Well, right. Well, we might not want to go as far as Mr. Suitcase, but there was a system that held up to 6 of these zipper cases that we called Mr. Suitcase. It was interesting.
Yeah.
But the thing is that at that point in time, we did not enjoy the share of the gaming market that we do today. So it is likely that if we were to bring this particular zipper case back, it would be a viable product.
Yeah, and again, it's something that has been discussed. I know we have other things that we are looking at as well, specifically into the Gamage multiple box storage, deck box storage, or collection storage line that we're currently looking into and trying to develop. But I mean, this guys and gals, this is a 2 to 3 year process normally. Sometimes it's faster, sometimes it's longer. But we are trying to provide a high quality product that is unique enough to warrant shelf space in your establishments. So the textured sleeves, yes, it would be the 1-DGEG 2- color. Or that's for the gloss front finish, or if you want the anti-glare finish, it's 1-DGEG or DGEM 2. I apologize. DG Deck Guard Elite Gloss, DGEG, or Deck Guard Elite Matte, DGEM, and then the number 2, and then your color. You can, if you just ask your GTS sales rep for the Elite 2s, I'm sure they can find them.
I got them all the SKUs there, Rick.
Okay, cool.
So
yeah, we got a cross between your codes and our codes, so we'll get it all straightened out.
yeah, I sent them GTS's code. So
Okay, cool. Yeah, I apologize. My bad. I was trying to help answer the question.
all right.
They're the same but different, but we're all on the same page, so it's good.
Right.
Yeah, Andrew just skipped a C. Gave him the pertinent SKUs.
Yeah, and let me do a quick introduction too. There's some on this group who may not know who I am yet, since I'm not in office. I'm Andrew Phillips. I'm the product manager for BCW. It's a recent new title for me in the company. I've recently been brought on to fulfill the role of discovering and creating new products for BCW. We have a lot of new stuff, as Rick has talked about. We have a lot of stuff planned for Q4 and Q1, primarily in the gaming hobby side of it. A lot of products for both, obviously, card games, but also board games, role-playing games, and possibly miniatures. So we're exploring a lot of products, and my job is to find those products and bring them to the market. So if you have any suggestions of anything like Shauna brought up, our bag, that's something you can direct to me, and I'd be glad to talk to you about it, or get some more information about what you'd like to see more of. And my background is I've been a retailer for 12 years. I currently own a retail store. Previously to that, I was actually an account rep with GTS for 5 years. So I worked with Mr. Lynch here and Mr. Bohr for about 5 years in the Southeast area. So some of you guys may or may not know me there. But I've recently joined on BCW back in October and moved into the position of product manager back in April. So we're moving along here with new stuff. So very exciting times.
Right. Sorry, I forgot to let you introduce yourself.
Not a problem.
And some of you retailers may know me from trade shows. I'm the crazy guy that throws things at people at Gamma. If I've hit you with something, you're welcome. Or I'm sorry, I forget what I'm supposed to say there. But I'm actually developing content for BCW as far as videos, as well as trying to help with some of the social media and photography, and also assisting Andrew with some product development and market research. Prior to COVID, I was visiting stores and helping put on events, predominantly in the collectible card market, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, and we're just trying to grow and expand from there. Andrew's insight has really kind of helped us move forward with the product line to be more inclusive to all gaming, from role-playing, board games, miniatures, collectible card games. So please continue to look for some great things coming from us. That high product quality and a very competitive price. So that's what we have going on.
Okay, guys. Looks like the questions have has come to an end, so we can wrap this up. I want to thank you, the gang at BCW, for joining us. Also, Ted for doing his part on the BCW side to get us all on the same page. All these items are available on the GTS website, so either that or you can reach out to your individual sales rep and touch base with them for that. As we mentioned previously, the magazine bins and the modular sorting trays are en route now. Playmat tubes are in stock already, and we are looking into finalizing our orders on the Deck Guard Elite 2 small. So if you want to get your orders placed on those, that will help us find a warehouse to put them in right now. So that would be of much benefit to the GTS team.
We have, I don't know if I mentioned, we have them in white. So just not sure if I brought that up.
Yes, they're available in white, small white.
But we have them in.
Can't get enough small white. So yes, go right ahead and.
I think, Jessica, let me get back to you on that. I'll have to check to see if we have them in white. I think we do. I think we do.
But we appreciate everybody joining us today, and thank you for the continued business with GTS. Again, just a quick reminder, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel to make sure you are updated for future videos. If you're a retailer and would like to be notified for future webinars, you can register to be notified using the link in the description. So with that, I will thank the BCW crew. You guys have a good day. Ken, enjoy the last 9 holes of your day there.
Thank you.
It's 19 more.
Yeah, it's only 9 more stops before I get to go home tonight.
There we go. All right, everybody. Everybody stay safe. We thank you for attending, and we'll talk to you soon. We do have BCW on the calendar for, I believe, sometime in early October. So keep that on your radar, and we'll circle back with the team then. And
little teaser for that one, Jim, if I may. That one you do not want to miss. There's something amazing coming.
There's a lot of good products on that one.
That's why I put it out, and we've already got it on the calendar as a result. So keep that, and obviously we'll do our marketing and get the word out and let people know that that's coming up. But just a heads up now that we do have that locked in, so we'll be doing that here, I believe, early October. Don't have the exact date, but I think it's early October. Okay, everybody, have a good day. Stay safe. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.